I like real estate because it's evolving, and every asset is like a human, it's aging. And every stage of the aging process gives opportunities to either do really poorly or really well for certain capital profiles. And so because every building has this cycle with distinct stages, it's really, really important to be able to understand buildings aren't lines on a spreadsheet. When I'm, quote, underwriting a building, what does that mean? I start with my eyes and anecdotally and qualitatively look at a building and just ask myself, what in the hell am I looking at? What is this thing? How does it compete in the market? Where is it on this spectrum?
You need to understand what we call these 9 building blocks of capital, 5 types of lenders and what defines them, where they're getting their money from, and then the different equity risk profiles, the 4 risk profiles that equity investors use to define risk on the risk spectrum.
If you don't know what motivates people and how they get paid, you're not going to know how to navigate our system.
Everything's on sort of a risk-adjusted basis, and I think that there's ways to get creative in a more opportunistic deal where you can take much less risk.
If we throw a deal at you, we want you to be able to say, given a list of choices, here are the likely debt providers and equity providers for this type of asset. We want you to start working on the skill that we're trying to drive towards, which is, can you look at a deal, assess the risk profile of it, and then given that, think about who is the likely lender type of those 5 that we just went through, and equity type that we went through. Here's 3 lenders that you have to choose from based on some information we give you about them. What deals might they be the lenders on? And then here are 3 equity investors based on some information about them. Which deals might they be on?
The very first thing you should do when you look at a property is try to figure out where it fits on the risk spectrum. And that starts with where is it in its life cycle, but then you're also just like, is this core plus, value add, opportunistic?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and pick Midtown 21. Since it's ground up development, it's opportunistic. I would think that would be Trammell Crow developing that with Wells Fargo as the construction lender.